When you see me thumbs up already, because it's 5.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our yearly World Mental Health Day. Today, our theme is under Make My Mental Health a Priority, and we know that's important. Today, it's, as you can see, we're Omega Kappa chapter of Sigma, and we are putting on our Mental Health Day in collaboration with the US School of Nursing, Mona. And you can find us on our YouTube channel, Omega Kappa Chapter of Sigma. You can see the recordings at the end as our IG channel, as well as our Twitter page, Omega Kappa Caribbean. Without further ado, I'll pass it on to our president, Mrs. Cheryl Garrix Lloyd, to continue.
Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much to our counselor, Ms. Shoshona Smith, for doing our welcome just now and our opening remarks. So we are doing our annual launch, as you would have heard. We do this activity every year. I want to say you'll meet 3 of us this afternoon, and we are all persons who are so excited, who do mental health education and promotion, and the Omega Kappa chapter is so excited to have you join us this year. So before I get into the meat of the matter and share a few words with you, we have a quick icebreaker for everybody. So we're going to be over on YouTube and we're going to be checking in the chat. Good evening, everybody, to see what you are putting in. So pay close attention. We're going to put it on the screen and you will have to guess. You are getting 1 single minute. Is everybody ready? And the 2 ladies I have with me over here, you're not eligible. Let me just put that out because I usually hear that we are very unfair and we don't say that beforehand. So I'm just letting you know you are not eligible. All right. See, it's unfair already. Wonderful. So the timer is set. You have a minute to find as many as you can. Go. So when you find them, just write them down on a paper or on your phone and then type in the chat over on YouTube. You found 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we may have a little prize for you if you can send us a picture to say that these are the ones you found, because we're nurses, we do evidence-based. We will have to see the evidence. So I hope you're searching away, searching away. How many have you found?
2.
You're not eligible, Dr. Lynch?
I feel like we should be eligible. I don't see anything that give us a leg up.
Exactly. 3.
Search away, search away. Let us not disturb the people on YouTube diligently serving. I'm searching.
Just 3.
All right, the timer is winding down. Just about 12 seconds left. 2, 1, 0. All right. We stop sharing just so that you are not able to cheat. All right. So thank you for joining us over here, YouTubers. Let's see. How many have you found from the 1 single minute? Type how many in the chat over on YouTube. We are checking and we will see. And then we will maybe have a small prize for the person who found the most words.
For the counselor who found the most words. Okay, thank you.
I found 3.
So we're happy to have you join us on our YouTube channel. We are the Omega Kappa chapter of Sigma. And so we want to say thank you for liking, subscribing, and telling persons about our chapter. You'll hear just a little bit more about us as we progress. But we
Also,
thank you for joining us this afternoon.
you're welcome in our honorary member, Dr. Monique Lynch, who is always an advocate for mental health and always an advocate for Omega Kappa chapter, and she's always a part of our activities on World Mental Health Day.
Very much correct. And she will talk to us in a short while. We may have another quick prize for somebody if they're able to answer us. But in the interim, I do want to extend apologies. And then I will tell you a little bit about Dr. Lynch before she says her 2 sentences. She says, yes, Amy, you're eligible. So we want to say to you on behalf of Sigma Theta Tau International Honor Society of Nursing, we are chapter 560. So we're one of over 540 active chapters. And it is our pleasure because there are many of us who are mental health advocates, myself included. And every year we have an activity on World Mental Health Day. So a little bit further down, I'll share with you, but I wanted to say I received apologies. Our regional coordinator, Dr. Sonia Patricia Carreno Moreno, she could not join us this afternoon as she's otherwise engaged, but she wanted to send us well wishes and she has sent it out. So we are expecting that the Latin American Caribbean region chapters are going to be joining us in this wonderful challenge. Similarly, we would like to extend well wishes to our head of school, Dr. Dawn Monroe, who is not feeling well, and she too sends her apologies regrettably, and she just asked me to convey to all of you, make sure you jump in and participate actively because she calls me Purple Heart. If you didn't know, my favorite color is purple, and my favorite phrase is there's no good health without good mental health. So she wanted to remind us all that there's no good health without good mental health. And so once again, we want to welcome all of you. You received your official welcome and the opening remarks earlier from our counselor, Ms. Shoshona Smith. My name is Cheryl Garrix Lloyd, and I'm the president of the Omega Kappa chapter of Sigma. Joining us, you heard, is our honorary member, Dr. Monique Lynch. And Dr. Monique Lynch is the program coordinator of the WHO PAHO Collaborating Center in our School of Nursing at UWI-Mona. So she will be giving you her own greetings, and she's going to be sharing with you some mental health and well-being tips. And then we're going to come right back over to me so I can tell you a few words about our chapter and tell you a little bit about where we're going with the activity for this year for mental health. Over to you, Dr. Lynch.
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Garrix Lloyd. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A special welcome and happy World Mental Health Day from the PAHO/WHO Collaborating Center for the Development of Nursing and Midwifery Education in the Caribbean. Now, as we celebrate today as World Mental Health Day, I think the theme this year focuses on mental wellness. And I think I've gotten this question several times. What do I do if I'm worried about my mental health? So first, there is no harm or weakness in asking for help. And I know based on our culture, a lot of persons would not or we do not practice asking for help when we need it. But it is really okay not to be okay. No one is okay 100% of the time. Just like how we have the cold or we have the common flu once we are living and breathing, from time to time, we will experience mental health issues. The thing is, depending on the signs and the symptoms and the duration of them, then that will determine if you need professional help or not. So who can you turn to if you need help? Whoever you are close to, your circle of trusted friends, close family members, your spouse, school counselor, your mentor, and share how you feel. Because sometimes all we really need is a listening ear and some advice. And as I would have stressed earlier, if it still persists, then you would need to seek professional help. So, what are some of the tips that we can practice in our daily living to promote mental wellness? One, practicing problem solving skills. Two, practicing conflict resolution and emotional intelligence. Three, eating healthy. Four, exercising. And as a person, it is very important that you know yourself, you know your limits, and know when you need help. Manage expectations and disappointments. And I think this one is a big one because we all have expectations of ourselves. Our parents place expectations on us. Society places expectations on us. And sometimes we can get lost and we can get disappointed when we don't live up to some of those expectations, especially if we assign time limits to those expectations. So one of the major things I believe is learning how to manage those expectations and those disappointments by making goals, and not just the bigger goals, but making smaller goals for those bigger goals so that you can take your time to achieve them. And every win is a win, whether it's small or it is big. And take the time to heal from hurtful situations, trauma in the past, things that affect us because we haven't done that internal work on ourselves. So we often take things very personal or we're easily offended. So we have to take that time to heal so that when we're moving forward and when situations arise, we don't take it personal or we're not easily offended. And then that can tip us over into having mental health challenges. So what are some of the cost-effective interventions for low resource setting? Because I've gotten this question a lot, where a lot of people think that to do anything to promote mental wellness will take money or it has to take big planning. And so I have some tips that I would have shared before on how you can implement some of these interventions. And these are support groups. And especially in the pandemic, I saw a lot of nonprofit organizations would have conducted these support groups online, like the mental health group. They do support groups on first and third Saturdays. I'm not sure of the time, but you can go and follow them on IG. And this is just to create a safe space where people can vent, they can share, or just be silent without being judged. And this can be done online or in person. Two, art therapy. Yesterday, we had an amazing event, Color and Sip, just to get a coloring sheet, take some time away from your busy schedule and just express how you feel through art. It can be painting, it can be songwriting, reading, whatever art that you are interested in as a way of expressing how you feel. You have music therapy. A lot of us, we listen to music every day, but we don't realize that we are promoting mental wellness just to release a toxin, relax your muscles, and release the negative aroma. Listen to some of your favorite music. You have journaling. Get a book, write down how you feel. And so when you look at your past, when you look at what you probably would have been toward the last couple of weeks, the last couple of months, you'd realize that you're handling things differently than you would have handled them in the past, and that you can see the development or see your own growth from just journaling and expressing how you feel by writing and not, harboring everything inside. The other tip is movie analysis. And this is just watching a movie, maybe get a group of friends, watch a movie on Zoom, and then discuss what lessons you would have learned, what did you identify, what you got from the movie. You also have yoga, and then there's this popular one that I see most people are doing these days, And this is a gratitude jar. So at the end of each day, you write one thing that you are grateful for. And at the end of the week, you will throw them out, read them all, and you realize that, you have 7 things to be grateful for. So no matter how bad your week was, no matter how bad your day was, you realize that you have things to be grateful for. And these things don't have to be expensive. You can be creative and find your own ways of promoting mental wellness. So as we continue with the celebrations today, I just want to wish you again a happy Mental Health Day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lynch. Thank you. Thank you. So, you heard her. She has so many things. I'm throwing it out again to our group. I want to just pause right now and I'd like to say, let me start at the top because I'm peeking over on YouTube. I want to say a very warm welcome to Amy because Amy is joining us from Sigma International. Well, maybe she's not in office at this hour, but thank you, Amy. I don't know if any of our other Sigma staff are here, but we want to welcome all our Sigma staff and members. I want to especially welcome our chapter members, Omega Kappa chapter. I want to welcome, if we have with us any members of staff or the student body from UWI Mona or any other campus of UWI. And I want to welcome every and anybody who's joining us. This activity benefits all of us because we are out on a mission to show you that good mental health is possible, doable, and not as hard as we think. And it's something that we need to do every single day. So I just want to make sure I say a very warm welcome. And I'm throwing it out to you in the chat over on YouTube. Write 2 things you do for your mental health. And I want to say, put your country flag over in there or something that lets us know who you are and where you're joining us from and what you're doing. And then I'm going to just share with you quickly who we are as a chapter. And then we're going to tell you all about the exciting activity that we are organizing, planning, participating in, and completing for our mental health, World Mental Health Day activity. So you heard from Dr. Lynch, you heard from Madam Shoshona. We all want to say to you a happy World Mental Health Day. For the persons who know us, they know that we say this every day. It's not just today, but we're particularly happy for today. So let me go again and share my slide and tell you a little bit about Omega Kappa chapter, just in case you hadn't heard of us before. I want to be able to say to you, this is who we are. So we are a part of Sigma Theta Tau International. And in fact, last week, we were having a fabulous time celebrating our 100th anniversary. So we're centenarians. But Sigma started in 1922. We had 6 brave nursing students who wanted something to represent nursing excellence, and they couldn't find anything in their university at the Indiana University Training School for Nurses, now known as the Indiana University School of Nursing. That's in Indianapolis in the US, and they had a vision. 6 of them came together, they met with their teacher, and they were able to create what is now called Sigma Theta Tau. We just call ourselves Sigma for short, and we are an international honor society of nursing leaders and nursing students. So our founders chose the name for the Greek word storge, tharsos, and time, and it means love, courage, and honor. And they expect that all nurses have these qualities, but we should all have them as well. Now, the vision of Sigma is to have connected, empowered nurse leaders who transform global healthcare. And our mission is to develop nurse leaders anywhere so we can improve healthcare every single place that we are. So we're on this mission, and all our activities are usually geared towards meeting our mission and our vision. Now, there are approximately over 135,000 active members within Sigma. There are approximately 540 active chapters, and we're in over 100 countries. Omega Kappa is chapter 560, and this dream started over 25 years ago. So geographically, we're at the UWI School of Nursing, Mona, in Jamaica, but our country members, we have members from Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Barbados, the USA, and in England. And we are 3 years old. We got chartered in 2019, and would you believe it, we've been working hard. So we are an award-winning chapter, and we do have nursing leaders and nursing students. So this activity that we are doing today came about. I believe this may be our 7th annual activity. I am a psychiatric trained nurse, and I always want to bring my passion for mental health forward. And so I said, what better way than for us to ensure we have an activity as a chapter on World Mental Health Day, which is October 10 every single year. So this year, you would have heard that the theme is about making mental health and well-being for all a global priority. We usually have our own variation of the theme, and so our activity today is under the theme, Make My Mental Health a Priority. So we're encouraging everybody, let's talk about it. Let's actually do something, not talk. We want action as well. And so this afternoon, we are inviting you to participate with us. We are about to embark on a 15-day mental health and well-being challenge. Challenge starts tomorrow. It will end on October 25, and we are throwing it down especially to our university. We are giving all the departments within the University of the West Indies, Mona. We're going to be sharing it, putting it out there, pasting it all over. Who wants the bragging rights? What department and or school will be able to say we are the mental health champions because all our members of staff or who has the highest percentage have completed the 15-day challenge? What will the challenge look like? So the challenge goes out to every single one of us here. This is what we're asking of you. This is the 15-day calendar, starts tomorrow, completes on October 25. We are going to be putting the calendar on all our social media pages. You'll see that shortly. You'll be able to find it on YouTube. Sorry, not on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. And you will be able to download and keep your calendar, and you can just make sure you're looking at it. What we are expecting is that every single day out of these 15 days coming up, you're going to be doing at least one activity that benefits your mental health. However, with your little spoke in it, we have 3 things that must be done within those 15 days. So you will see we have we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things on here that's in black and bold. Those are our 3 things because 3 of those 5 are the exact same thing. For every 5 days, we expect you to complete 10,000 steps. So our chapter had a walking challenge the other day for our 100th anniversary. And I'm telling you, we pledged to walk 100 miles for Sigma's 100th anniversary. And we were saying we won't make it. 100 miles equated to about 211,000 steps. Listen to me, we took 2 days, but we got to like 240,000 steps. So we're throwing it down to you now. Every 5 days out of this 15, walk 10,000 steps. That's a must to do. On October 18, you notice we're not saying you have to do it on October 18, but somewhere in these 15 days, we needed to do a foot soak. And remember just now, Dr. Lynn spoke about cheap, cost-effective ones. We're not saying you have to go to the spa. We're saying if you go home and you have a pan, you get some warm water, not hot. You can use Epsom salts or baking soda, and you put it in that pan and you are able to soak your feet. We are nurses and we're throwing it out to anybody, especially if you walk a lot, your feet are gonna love you. And then you will see on October 23 on our calendar here, it says you are to make or have your favorite meal. There's nothing like what you really want to eat when it's going down. We are not even going to have any stipulation on making it healthy in honesty. Whatever your favorite meal is, we're saying make it or have it. So it doesn't have to be the 23rd either, but the 3 things we're saying must be done in these 15 days. 10,000 steps for every 5 days, do a foot soak, and make or have your favorite meal. We just added 2 quick other things like learn a new skill or create a vision board. It was some of the ideas we had because we will not dictate what your other 12 days will look like. We are just saying we want these 3 out of the 15. So the calendar is going to get put out on our social media. You're going to be able to download the calendar. If you'd rather we send it to you, then put your email over in the chat over on YouTube. We'll make a note of it because we want everybody to participate in the challenge. And so at the end of the 15 days, you have a day to rest or just add something extra and say, I did 16 days. Because on the 27th of October, we are going to be culminating our activity by having a mental health and well-being mini fair on the University of the West Indies Mona campus. So unfortunately, if you're not on campus, we will be streaming a few of the sections live so that you'll be able to see it, and you'll see another flyer to tell you how you'll be able to join. You could look at our social media pages and we'll be showing you a couple of things. For those of us who are able to be on campus, I want you to listen out because we are going to have perhaps 2 hours, 2.5 at maximum, because I said mini, but it's going to be jam packed and you want to be in it to win it. Remember earlier we said this 15 days, which department or school on campus, that's the staff, want the bragging rights. We completed these 15 days. We encourage you wherever you are. So Amy, throw out the challenge to the Sigma staff and let's see if we can get this done. You're joining us from UWIC St. Augustine, from University of Technology, from anywhere at all in your workplace or your school or your department, throw it out to them. Let's see if we can get everybody on board. On October 27th is when our mini fair is going to be. We are going to be having prizes and surprises on the spot. We can't tell you what all of them will be, but just come out. There are things that will benefit your mental health. Anybody wants to have the opportunity to get a stress ball, perhaps, to get a journal, maybe to have a quick relaxation technique shown to you so you can use it yourself. So we're going to also be having demonstration, quick ways. So one of the things that got suggested was for our ladies, some people want some quick everyday makeup tips. We don't want to have to do the entire makeup line. We're going to have the demonstration done. We're going to be looking at getting somebody to come on board and show you quick, simple exercises that you can do even if you're at work or out and busy. That will help you to do relaxation. When we exercise, it releases endorphins. Endorphins are the feel-good hormones. There's no way that doesn't help your mental health. We're also going to be having very short presentations looking at relaxation techniques, coping mechanisms, and self-care. We can't overemphasize the self-care. We're bringing in some games on the spot. Who wants to be involved in some hopscotch? When last you played what we call Chinese skip, and we are going to have spin the wheel of mental health. Great opportunity to spin the wheel and simply win a prize. And then we have 2 more challenges to throw down on the 27th of October. We are drawing out the schools within the University of the West Indies, Mona. So you, son, get ready to challenge the School of Education. Get ready to challenge the Norman Manley Law School. Get ready to challenge the School of Sports, because we're going to be having a tug-of-war showdown. We are going to be sending out the flyer and the registration form. 4 people on the team. Each team that loses gets eliminated until we get down to the last 2 teams. Who's going to be the tug-of-war champion? It's going to all be in good fun, and we shall be laughing and releasing those endorphins and having a mentally healthy mini fair. But then we know that on the university campus at Mona, for those who don't know, there's a big conversation about the halls of halls and which hall it is. So we're throwing down the gauntlet again. We're going to be having a mental health quiz, and this time we're inviting the halls. So we have collaborated with the guild. We're going to be reaching out to everybody, and we're going to be having the mental health quiz. Who will be the mental health hall of champions? So look out and listen out. So there are 3 things happening, for all the department with the staff who will complete the 15 days and be able to get those bragging rights. With school within the UWI campus, we'll be able to say we're the tug-of-war champions and which hall will become the mental health hall for quiz championship in mental health. So I want you to listen out, because that is how we are doing it this year. So when the 27th of October comes, we will have completed our 15-day mental health and wellness challenge. We will have proven to ourselves that it's not that hard, and there's just a little bit of time to do something every day. We'll be deliberate for 15 days, but it will encourage us to be deliberate every day. So we also want to do quick check-ins, because how are we going to know where you are with the challenge? So every 5 days, we're coming onto our social media pages. You see the hashtags on the right of your screen. We're okay because we're Omega Kappa, and my mental health matters because our theme is to make my mental health a priority. Use your hashtags, checking on our social media pages. Let's see how you're doing. Let's see how you're getting on, and we're going to throw down something else. When you post, tag 2 of your friends and say, come into this. We want you to participate in the challenge. Let's get it done. Let's do it locally, regionally, globally. Be a part of the challenge. So these are the hashtags. Hashtag we're okay. Hashtag my mental health matters because it does. So we're going to be doing our challenge. We'll be having our mini mental health fair, and we want you to participate actively with us and join us in it. And then this is how you find us on social media. We're on Facebook, the Omega Kappa chapter. We are on Instagram, Omega_Kappa_Caribbean. And we're on Twitter, Omega Kappa Chap. That's how you can find us. And you can just Google us. We will come up more than likely. If you are not sure and you want to just double check, you could always email us as well, omega.kappa.chapter560@gmail. If you wish to have the calendar emailed to you, then we ask you to just put your email. But we are going to be posting it very shortly from now, and you're able to go to either our Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter page and get it so that we're all on the same page. So now that I've talked your ear off, I'm listening for questions and comments and queries to make sure we're all on the same page. And then there may be a prize or two just right at the end for anybody who's able to tell us, because we are not planning to stay long. It was really more about launching it and letting you know what's happening and how we're going to be doing this for the next 15, 16, and 17 days. All right? So let me hear what it is that you're asking of us on YouTube. Madam Shoshona, anything you want to say before we go start looking at the questions and the answers? Or Dr. Lynch, how are we sounding?
Everything sounds great. I think being intentional about our mental health is so important when we are on the hustle and bustle, because it's very easy to forget. And sometimes what I do sometimes to realize that I have not relaxed or done anything for my mental health for the day is when you get home and you sit down and it feels like that the whole world just fell off your shoulders because you were tense all day. So for these few days that we're going to be going through our paces, even without the calendar, we are encouraging you to be intentional about your mental health, about doing something for you, not the missus, not the mommy, not the auntie, not the daddy or uncle. Do something good for yourself, because without yourself you can't do anything for anybody else. So good luck, and we're looking forward to getting the information, the pictures, the photos, the videos, so we can post them on our social media. We are okay.
Dr. Lynch?
Just to piggyback on what Madam Shoshona said, we can only give our best when we are at our best. And there's this saying in Jamaica, go hard or go home. No. While it is good to go hard sometimes, you know, we have to take into consideration self-care. Self-care is necessary, and sometimes going hard meaning taking a break. When you need it, take a break. So yes, happy mental health, World Mental Health Day. I'm looking forward. I will be participating, so I hope that I can get some of the prizes as well. I will be doing my 10,000 steps and filling out the calendar and sending in my screenshot and all these wonderful things using the hashtag. So I hope I'll be considered for some of the prizes.
All right. So hope springs eternal, Dr. Lynch. Hope springs eternal. Right? So Dr. Lynch is my collaborator. The activity is our chapter's activity, and we do it usually in collaboration with the School of Nursing. And because she's also a mental health advocate, we're always coming up with these ideas together. So let me just repeat a couple of the things I've seen over here to make sure we have people who are having nice food, having a watch party with their friends, finding the humor in everyday situations, and doodling. We have gratitude recognition every day, breathing, exercising, listening to smooth jazz. All right. Netflix. Somebody is hiking. Wow. And then we have Madam Rosemary Smith. Rosemary, we're going to ask you to send us a picture of what you found to our email. She's found 11 words, you know. Wow. Meditation and swimming. And Madam Melissa says this is so awesome. So The question is, how do we provide the evidence? So what we're saying is, if you're able to get a picture of what you're doing on a particular day, that's great. What you will need to do though is fill in what activity you've completed on your calendar so that at the end of the 15 days, all of your calendar should be filled in. So we're not necessarily asking you to take a picture for all 15 days. We're asking you to fill in the activity that you did, right? Getting your hair and nails done. That's right, Madam Joy. That's a must. And we are going to be asking you as you go along on our Facebook, on our Instagram, or our Twitter. Use the hashtags, hashtag we're okay, hashtag my mental health matters, and post if you have the picture, or perhaps you want to post when you get to like day 5 on your calendar. The only thing we'd encourage you to do is to get pictures of the 3 that you must do. So if possible, make sure your phone screen or your watches, take your picture within those 5 days of your 10,000 steps. When you're having that meal that you prepared or you've gotten, get your picture when you're having it. And when you're soaking those feet, then you get a picture of that one because those are the 3 that must be done. All right. So get those 3 pictures. Well, it's going to be 5 pictures in total because it's 10,000 every 5 days plus the other 2. And then you're going to get the meal and get the soak for your feet. And then we're asking you to fill up your calendar. So write in your activity that you do every day. And if you want to share any other picture or the calendar as you go along, do that. Put it on our pages. Put in the hashtags. That's how we're going to find you quite easily. And then at the end of it, we're going to be asking you to dialogue with us. Share with us your completed calendar. This is what we did for the 15 days. And this is how I am feeling mentally healthy and feeling very awesome. All right. We're partnering with the Guild as well because we're doing the activity on campus. Thank you for joining us. Siobhan says, always take care of yourself first. Amen and amen. So, no, 10,000 steps for each 5 days. So you could do the 10,000 in one day. No, it's easy to do, but we're asking you for 10,000 over 5 days. So we're giving everybody an opportunity to actually get 30,000 steps done in those 15 days. So let's just be clear. The 3 that you must do, 10,000 steps every 5 days. So when you get to every 5 days, make sure you get a picture of your watch or your phone screen to show that you did those 10,000. If you even have to get pictures to show the accumulation. The one where you're getting those feet soaked, get a picture of that because that's the other must do. And when you're cooking or having the meal that we ask you to do as one of your must do. So you will figure out what else would you like to do for your mental health for the other 12 days. On our social media, post your pictures or post your calendar as you're filling it up and just use the hashtags and we'll be able to find you. And then on day 16, you should be able to, or on day 15, depending on what time of day you complete day 15, post it on our social media, use the hashtags, and we're going to be tracking you as you go along. So the challenge that we've thrown down for all the departments and the staff within UE, Mona, we're asking you, what's your percentage that you can get to complete the 15-day challenge? So if you have 10 staff and all 10 of them do the 15 days, you're at 100%. If you have 25 or 30 staff, it may be more challenging, but it doesn't mean 30 staff can't do it. So that's what we're throwing down to all the staff within UE Mona. The other 2 challenges we are throwing down, and Siobhan and the Guild will help us with that, not just FMS, but all of UE. We are hoping to have a throwdown on October 27th when we will have our mini mental health fair. We are inviting all the schools within UE Mona. So the student population will get their teams, 4 persons on the team. We're not telling you which 4 you want to pick, but the schools are going to be doing tug of war against each other. All in good fun, all for the laughs, all for the bragging rights, and to release those endorphins to have a mentally healthy day. And then, because we know that the halls want to be in it, and my hall needs to be the hall. So Taylor Hall, me just a warn you, because there are only 2 halls on campus, Assembly Hall and Taylor Hall, right? We're throwing it out to the halls.
Not at all, not at all.
On
Not
that same day, we're
Thank
asking the halls to come out with their team as well. We're going to be sending out the flyer, the registration form. Again, 3 people for the team, and we're going to be doing the mental health quiz. So the halls will get to have the mental health quiz against each other until we get to the champion. And so we're looking forward to that. We're going to be sending out the information with the location and the registration information to make sure we're organized, and we're going to have an awesome day on October 27. We hope to start at 1:30 because we're doing it within guild time. We don't want to disrupt any classes. And so that's three things we're throwing down. But overall, what we're saying is for this year, we're wishing all of you a happy World Mental Health Day. We're on a mission to encourage all of us to make our mental health a priority, to show us that it should be a part of our daily routine, and we can and we will do it. And so we're hoping to have all of you joining us and to have a wonderful, wonderful time so that we are able to, at the end of these 15, 16 days, 17 is the fair, we'll be able to say, this was amazing. We were very deliberate, and we're going to also share. The only way to get the stigma reduced, the only way to get more people to be conscious and deliberate about their mental health and well-being is to share. So we're going to share with them what we're doing. Siobhan gave me the idea. I took it. I put it out earlier. Every time you put it up on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter on our pages, or even on your page and you tag us, use the hashtags and tag two other friends and get them involved. Let's get a global movement going, because we can and we will. So I close off. I'm asking you any other questions or comments about where we're going. How would you be able to find us? You could find us by going to omega.kappa.chapter 560 at Gmail. I put it in the chat, but just in case you want it to be quicker, I'll put my cell number and you could just send me a quick message so that we're clear that we're on the same page. If in case somebody wants to come into the challenge and they want to be sure, we're going to be putting out the calendars on our social media pages this evening. Or if you want it to be sent to you via email, email us and we will respond and send it. So just in case, I'm giving you 2 seconds to think about your concerns or your queries that you want to ask. We ask you as well to like and or Facebook, Twitter or Instagram page or YouTube channel. We usually stream more activities and try to keep them here so that people benefit. There are a lot of educational sessions on here. And then we have 2 quick prizes to give away in case anybody wants it. So first prize was for Rosemary when she sends us the evidence, because she was the one who answered. Some persons found 2 and 3. She said she found 11 words. So we're waiting on her. But the last 2 prizes we have, everybody's ready? You're going to be typing in the chat. What is the theme for World Mental Health Day 2022? First question, what is the theme for World Mental Health Day 2022?
Me, miss.
Ineligible? Dr. Lynch, no. Dr. Lynch, 3, Miss Smith says she found 11. So Dr. Lynch and Shoshona are ineligible. Monique and Shoshona are ineligible. Ready? Who is typing? What's the theme for World Mental Health Day 2022? And Dr. Lynch, you gave it away. Now, you know I should change the question. There you go. You see, you gave it away.
No, I'm sorry.
See? Thank you very much,
Amy.
Amy.
Yes.
Yes. So, Amy, we're going to ask you to, we're going to have to talk to you about the little prize. So, the last prize we have for today, everybody's ready? Dr. Lynch, Monique Lynch, and Shoshona Smith, you're ineligible.
Amy,
No
we have to
typing.
split that price, you know.
Didn't do anything this time.
Calling out to Amy.
No splitting up any prize, Amy. All right, so the last prize we're giving away. Everybody's ready? Typing, start typing. What is the theme for Omega Kappa's World Mental Health Day activity? What is the theme for Omega Kappa's World Mental Health Day activity 2022? Everybody typing? All right. Thank you, Yashan. So now that Yashan has given us the first answer, we are waiting on the answers for the third prize, sorry. What is the theme for Omega Kappa's World Mental Health Day activity? All right. So while I know Shoshona is checking that and she will let us know, for anybody who may have joined us late, while we're waiting on the answers, if it's possible, let me give you a quick recap. Let me see if my PowerPoint is still available. All right. So the quick recap is Omega Kappa. We're a chapter of the Sigma Theta Tau International Honor Society of Nursing. This is our 7th annual World Mental Health Day activity. Happy World Mental Health Day to everyone, celebrated on October 10 every year. Under our theme, so I'm removing that because if you never saw it, you got the answer. And this is what we're doing. We will be having a 15-day mental health and well-being challenge. This is the calendar. We're gonna make sure it's ready and we're posting it to our social media pages starting this evening. And you'll be able to download it. The challenge actually starts tomorrow on October 11 and 15 days ends on October 25. We ask you, you must do 10,000 steps for every 5 days. And we are asking you to do a foot soak. Dr. Lynch, you put soap right here, not a soap, a soak. We want you to make or have your favorite meal. And so we're asking you if possible, make sure you get the pictures of the accumulation of your 10,000 steps. Or if you say, you know what, I can walk 10,000 in one day, get the picture of the 10,000 to cover your 5 days. Get the picture of the foot soak and get the picture when you're making or having your favorite meal. You can take any other pictures you want along with those and follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter page, or maybe just tag us. If you put it on your social media page, we ask you to use the hashtags, hashtag we're okay, hashtag my mental health matters, and we're going to be tracking you over the 15 days. The challenge is for the staff and the departments of UE Mona. Can we all, as a department, complete the 15-day challenge? Everybody. On October 27, which is day 17, we are culminating our challenge and our activity with a mini mental health and well-being fair on the grounds of UE Mona. We will be sending out the flyer with the location and what's going to be happening. And on that day, we are going to be doing some additional things, some presentations, some demonstrations, spin the wheel of mental health. We're going to be having games, prizes and surprises, and we're throwing down to all the schools within UE. We're going to be having a tug-of-war competition. And to the halls on UE campus, we're going to be having a mental health quiz competition. So we'll have 3 certificates and bragging rights to give away and some prizes. For the teams that win, the department with all the staff, the school with all that will win the tug-of-war, and to the hall that will win the mental health quiz. And so we're saying to you, let's get out there, let's share with somebody, let's talk somebody, let's get a movement going because we want you to recognize it's a part of the daily routine and we can all get it done. So come out if you can on the 27th. We are going to be doing a little bit of a live stream here or there because we don't want those of you who are not physically with us to not see. We will try our very best to put in a little game here or there that you can participate if you're not physically with us. We don't want you to feel left out. But certainly on day 16 or the evening of day 15, we're hoping to have you tag us or place on our pages your calendar fully complete with everything you have done put into it. And so we can be able to celebrate with you that we've successfully completed the 15-day mental health challenge. So we want to thank you for joining us this afternoon for our launch. That is how you can find us. We are on Facebook, Omega Kappa Chapter. We're on Instagram, Omega_Kappa_Caribbean. We're on Twitter, Omega Kappa Chap. If you'd prefer for us to send you the calendar, send us an email or send me a message and we will ensure you have it so you're ready to start your challenge tomorrow. Madam Shoshona, anybody got the prize for the theme of Omega Kappa's World Mental Health Day activity?
Denise Morris says, make my mental health a priority.
Woohoo! All right. So
there are 2 tries, because at first it was there's no good health without good mental health, and then I think
no, that's because Denise knows me. She probably thinks that was mine. No, it's the chapters. So I put my cell number in the chat over on YouTube. That means Rosemary Smith. We're expecting to see the picture of your 11 words. We're expecting to see from Yashen Smallwood. Send me a message so we can talk about your prize because you got the theme for World Mental Health Day 2022. And Madam Denise, a quick message as well to me because you got the theme correct.
Oh, and
for
Amy
was activity. What did Amy say?
Amy was saying that she's not allowed to get a prize. So she thought you were giving a second prize. She didn't know she had won the first prize. So she's saying that she doesn't want to win the first prize.
Okay. All right, Madam Amy, we appreciate that. We will ensure, Amy, that we bring you some sunshiny goodness when we see you in San Antonio next year for convention. How is that?
Woo!
All right. So we thank you, everybody. Join us, follow us. We'll keep the updates going. We are going to be checking in every 5 days. Let's see what you're doing. Put it out there. Tag somebody. Let us have an awesome 15 days of challenge. And on day 17, let's have a proper mental health and wellness fair. Come win a prize. Tell somebody and let's show them how we do it. Omega Kappa style. All right. See that? We're okay. I don't even know what that was, but we're okay. So thank you so much for joining us. We wish you all the very best. Happy World Mental Health Day. Wear something green. Please, 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 as I close, don't make it only for today. Let's celebrate mental health every single day. Have a wonderful evening and see you all later when you're downloading. We're not going to really see you, but when you're downloading your calendars. So have a good evening and bye, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming.